Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to have a little fun with new Tom Ford. I did pick up the Tom Ford First Frost Eye Quad as well as the Frost Balm. We are going to play around with that today, create this look, as well as play around with some lip combos using the First Frost Balm. I'm going to share my thoughts on this new quad as well as give you a little bit of a comparison. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look as well as learning a little bit more about the Tom Ford First Frost Eye Quad and Frost Balm, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, we have newness in the house. I am so very excited. We've got the Tom Ford Soleil. This is the First Frost new quad and I was so excited. You guys, this is admittedly not my favorite formula. I'm not a huge fan of the all kind of shimmer frost, but this one just looked so pretty because of that little beautiful pink shade. Let me give you a close-up of this beauty. Just absolutely gorgeous. And I basically bought it because I thought this color was so gorgeous. It's like a little bit richer and deeper, and I just thought it's going to be kind of a fun, like day-to-day, hopefully, kind of palette. So I picked that up, and then I couldn't resist the packaging of the Balm Frost, and I don't know if I can do this justice because you guys, it is spectacularly beautiful. So here is the Balm Frost and it is just so gorgeous. Now this is similar to the kind of lip crystals that come out from Chantecaille, Lip Sparks from Tom Ford. It comes in this beautiful gold packaging and it just was too hard to resist. And I personally love these kind of clear kind of lipsticks that just give your lips a little bit more oomph. So to save time, I went ahead and I put on complexion. I am wearing the Tom Ford Soft Matte Foundation. I use the illuminating powder, and basically I thought we would just dive in and create a little look using this, but let's swatch it first. Okay guys, here is a swatch of this quad. So we kind of have this icy kind of highlighter and then this beautiful kind of pink rose tone. I'm in love with this shade right here, absolutely gorgeous. And then a deep kind of chocolatey brown. So I'm hoping you can see how pretty these are translating on the skin. So these are all in this wet dry kind of shimmery base. So oftentimes I will take a matte shade or my bronzer and just put it in the crease, but for this morning I want to show everybody kind of the colors on the eye, and then at the end I will go ahead and do a little bit of bronzer in my crease just to kind of ground the eyes. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start with this beautiful shade here. This is what enticed me to buy this in the first place. I'm going to place that all over the lid, and I'm just using the Sonia G Blender Pro. I'm going to place this all over the lid. Okay guys, this is this beautiful pink tone here, kind of a shell pink, and I think this would be just pretty on its own with a little bit of like Brune Agape eyeliner from Chanel or any of your favorite kind of deep chocolatey brown colors. I think it just looks beautiful on its own. And then I'm going to come into this beauty right here. And I am going to go on the outer V here and bring a little bit of that into the crease. I'm going to be using the Sonia G Blender Pro, and I'm just going to be coming into this shade here. So excited for new makeup. So many fun launches right now during the holidays. So you guys, I'm going to start on this outer V. And then I'm just going to pull a little bit, whatever's left up here, and just kind of create a little bit of a crease. A little bit of a shadow. As I said, I'm probably going to go in with a matte shade just to ground everything. But I want to show you this shade here. So pretty. Okay guys, this is such a pretty little wash of color and definitely getting that shine going on the eyes, but it's subtle. Tom Ford always does sort of sophisticated kind of shimmers, I have found. And then I'm going to take this dark shade here and I'm actually going to put a little underneath my eyes here and use this as liner on the top as well. I will be using an eyeliner to define my eyes, but I just want to show you this color. I am going in with Sonia G, and this is the Pencil Pro. And I'm going into this beauty right here. And I'm just going to kind of do a smudge of color right along that lash line. That's a pretty color. I felt like that really made my eyes pop just a bit. So I'm coming in. You could definitely use a little bit finer of a pencil. This one's just a little bit thicker, kind of a smudgy little tone there. Now, I did not put any concealer on yet, just in case we get any fallout. I'm just going to take a little bit of this and running it close to the lash line. Making sure to kind of connect these two. And I will be cleaning up with a little concealer under here. So if it looks a little smudgy, don't worry, we're going to clean everything up. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this kind of pearliness. So pretty. We're going to pop just a teeny bit up in that brow bone. It's already got a lot of shine going on, so I don't want to do too much, but we're just going to bring a little bit of lightness up into that brow bone. Then you can use whatever's left here. You can pop that kind of right above the iris to make your eyes pop. It's a really pretty color. I'm going to actually take, just like this is the Rowan Everything eye brush. I'm just going to go in right in that little area right here. Give it a little highlight. Okay, we've got all four colors on my eyes, and in general, you guys, I would probably only use one or two of these shades on a day-to-day basis. So I'm in love with this shade. I love this. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I felt like it made my eyes pop. And then this is also another one where you could just use this one on top of your lid. It would just look so pretty as a little bit of a wash with eyeliner. So what I'm going to take is a little bit of bronzer. I'm sorry, you guys. I actually use all my makeup, so there's fingerprints. This is Terra, and I am going to take just a little bit of this beautiful kind of cooler toned kind of bronzer, and we are going to just put a teeny bit of this right in that crease. I just want to kind of tone down all of the kind of shimmer. Now, I do think this is a gorgeous quad for the holidays. Also, I think I would wear that just on the day-to-day, kind of just a little wash of one or two of those colors. Now, I'm going to pair this eye look with my personal favorite kind of brownish copper eyeliner, and this is Brune Agape. I just feel like that's going to look very pretty. I just feel like that's going to look really pretty with this quad right here. So I am going to take this, I'm going to come close to my lash line here and wiggle through the lash line. Okay guys, this is the eye look with all four colors. As I've said, I would probably just do two of those, but I do have to say it's so pretty and I love this color. This is gorgeous. This made my eyes kind of pop, and then I could see myself wearing this guy just as a wash all over my eyes, just as a day-to-day shade. So I'm going to go put on mascara, then we'll clean up with a little concealer and then play with the Frost Balm. Okay, taking a little bit of that concealer, and we are just going to pat that in, kind of coming all together. And this one is more of a cool toned quad, which I think is gorgeous. Now it does have Nude Dip vibes, just a little bit, as you can see. This one has more of that kind of pink rose tone to it, whereas this one is still kind of a beautiful, cool toned kind of palette. So I will swatch both of those for you. Okay, here are the swatches side to side. Here is Nude Dip. And then here is the new Soleil Frost. So if you can see on this hand, these ones are definitely more shimmery. That is kind of what that Nude Dip is all about. And then over here, it's almost like it's just a step up from the Nude Dip. Still kind of the same still kind of the same tones. This one is a little bit more yellow champagne, and then we've got this shade right here that's kind of similar to the rose, but this one's amped up. So these would be the two that I would compare them to the closest. Last year they had come out with a Soleil that was more of a warm kind of bronzy kind of quad. The name is escaping me. I actually gave it to a friend, but I'll be honest, these would be the two that I would compare the closest with. Okay, let's go ahead and play with the Frost Balm. And again, it's just so pretty. I want to see if you can see these crystals here. And I'm either going to love this or hate this. So let's go ahead. I'm first just going to put it on my lips straight up. And this is going to give you kind of a metallic kind of glow on the lips. Kind of feeling like I'm shining like a disco ball right now, even on my complexion. So I'm going to see if you can see this has a beautiful kind of gold little metallic shine to it. Here is a swatch of the Balm Frost right here. So this is very interesting. I wasn't sure if I should go for this. I don't tend to love those kind of metallic-y, kind of sparkly kind of lipsticks. It is fun, but it definitely has like gold and silver. I do feel like it's punching up my lips, but if you come up close, you're going to be able to see some glitter. Okay, I wiped that lipstick off, and you definitely are going to have some leftover kind of glitter and sparkles. So this is definitely like a beautiful kind of holiday, special kind of lipstick, and I'm going to now use it as a topper. So I pulled out my Tom Ford. This one is in Pussycat, one of my kind of favorite tones and colors, and I'm going to just put a little layer Pussycat on, and then we're going to top it. Okay, put on Pussycat. I believe that's in the matte version, kind of a nice kind of autumnal fall color. And then I'm going to go ahead now and use the Balm Frost. We'll put a little bit on top to kind of show you how it's going to make it a little bit more blingy. And then here is Pussycat topped off with the Frost Balm, which I have to say I think makes a really pretty kind of lipstick. So this is the final look using the Tom Ford First Frost Quad, as well as the special limited edition Frost Balm. So my first thoughts on this is I love the Eye Quad. I can see myself wearing this all season long. Also, my Nude Dip is quite old, and when I open this up, this eyeshadow flew out of it, so I'm kind of holding it down. So this one probably needs to be retired. So for me, this is definitely kind of taking the replacement of Nude Dip. I probably won't get rid of it. I love it so much, but this could definitely be my replacement. And as far as the Frost Balm, when I first put it on, I was not so sure about it. To me, it just kind of gave me a bunch of sparkle and metallic on my lips that I don't personally enjoy. But then when I topped it and used it as more of a topper, I feel like it gives my lips a little bit more fullness without being overly glittery. Well, without being overly glittery. So this would be something that is totally optional. It's going to depend on if you kind of like those sparkly kind of metallic-y lipsticks, then I would definitely say for the packaging alone, gorgeous little treat, but that's kind of an add-on. I just got entranced by the beauty of the lipstick itself, and I do like it as a topper. Now, since we are doing Tom Ford face today, I thought we would end with a beautiful autumnal kind of fragrance, and that's going to be Lost Cherry. Haven't worn this in a while, and I love this one. This one has that kind of rich cherry almond. It has a little bit of kind of sweet tobacco in it, and it is fantastic for the changing season. So we're going to finish off our day with a little bit of Lost Cherry. And I did get asked about if I was going to be reviewing Bitter Peach, which just got launched. And you guys, I almost blind bought it. I'm not so sure if I want to smell like peach, and I really want to get my nose on it first. So I am, of course, entranced by the Bitter Peach bottle. But in general, I've got to smell that one before I'm going to shell out that kind of cash. So I will admit I almost blind bought the Bitter Peach, but peach is not something I'm super attracted towards to smell like. Wasn't even in the beginning of Lost Cherry. It kind of had to grow on me. I wasn't sure. I love gourmand fragrances, and I love that kind of rich almond kind of cherry smell. This one's beautiful, but I wasn't sure about peach, and I heard that it had kind of some mixed reviews because of that kind of sharp bitterness. I kind of heard that it might smell more kind of like a musky kind of peach, and I wasn't sure how that is. So I will get my nose on it. It hasn't shown up to my local Nordstrom yet. It is, you can buy it, but it hasn't shown up where I can actually smell it. So I will try to get a sample of that. We'll do a review of Bitter Peach, but I just did not fall into the trap of blind buying. But I do have a couple new fun fall autumnal perfumes that I do want to share with you. So stay tuned for a fun fall fragrance video. So far, loving the Tom Ford First Frost Eye Quad. That is a definite for me. You guys, as always, I want to know, did you pick this up? What do you think about it? And I hope you found this video helpful, and I will be back with another video soon.